What's going on, boys and girls? It's me, BenDPB, with a brand new episode of my Ben Meet series. And today, I've got, in my opinion, one of the most respected guys in the FM community, is Bood FM. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, Ben. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you for coming on, dude. It's very, very much appreciated.
No, it's a pleasure. I mean, we've been trying to do this. It feels like we've been trying to do this for weeks, but we're busy men. So trying to get me, trying to get us on the same day, it's hard. But
I like to blame you. It makes me feel a bit better if I blame you rather than myself. So if anyone asks, it was your fault.
Well, we were supposed to do it yesterday, and I got my days mixed up, and then
I didn't want to say anything. You went, I thought it was Friday. I thought I'm not gonna.
No, wait. The first time was your fault.
Yeah, all right. We're going to edit this bit out, all right? Yeah. What I'm going to do, dude, I'm going to start a show with a couple of icebreaker questions just to ease you in gently, and then we'll take it from there.
All right, cool.
So I've got 5 questions for you, dude. First of all, what's your favourite TV show?
My favourite TV show? My favourite ever show, the one I really enjoyed the most, was Stargate.
I was actually talking about Stargate at work today, which is really weird. We were at work today talking about Stargate, Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek. That's what's
I like Star Trek. I mean, my mum and dad are massive sci-fi fans. So growing up, there was always sci-fi books around the house and all that kind of stuff. And we used to watch Star Trek together with Jean-Luc Picard, and I've watched all the films. And I love. I'm mad on Star Wars. So I just love sci-fi. If I'm honest, it's my favourite kind of genre. That and comics, I love. So.
What do you think of the new Star Wars films? You a fan?
Yeah. I've seen them both as soon as they come out. I liked it. I liked the last one. I watched Rogue One. Rogue One's class.
Is that the latest one? Which was the latest one?
Brilliant. Yeah, the way it ends. I won't spoil it, but it's brilliant. Honestly, it was so good how it ends, and it basically ties straight into A New Hope. You know, the very first one that was made in 1997.
It's all to do with how the prequel, isn't it? How they got the Death Star plans, isn't it? Apparently.
Excellent. What's brilliant is Tarkin's in it, obviously, because computer-generated faces. You know Tarkin out of the first one, the old general with the grey hair.
Yeah.
He died in like 1982 or something silly. I don't know if that's accurate, but he died a long time ago. He's in it with a computerized face. It's brilliant.
How do they do his voice? Is that just some other dude, or is that
yeah, some guy who sounds like him.
Oh, sweet. So also, if you could pick a last meal for yourself, what would your last meal be?
My favourite meal's definitely steak. Me and my wife have it once a week. Steak,
how'd you have it?
Crispy potatoes. Oh, rare, bloody. Got to be red, mate.
Good lad.
Flashed. So it's nice and chewy. When I met the wife, she used to leather it, right? And I said, love, you're killing that. You're killing it. Try a bit of this. And she's like, no, it's got blood in it. But honestly, as soon as she had it, she never looked back. So.
See, my wife has hers well done. I see you cremated the bloody thing. You can't even taste it.
No, it ruins it, doesn't it? It's not the same.
Have a bit of charcoal. I mean, same thing.
Isn't it? Nasty.
So if you had to pick a favourite film, what would your favourite film be, dude?
My favourite film? I'll be honest, it's the Goonies.
Goonies, the Truffle Shuffle and all that sort of stuff, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 38, so when I was a kid, that was a top film. Me and my mates all loved it. I just loved the adventure of it with the mates with them going on a bike ride, going in the cave, finding a pirate ship. I know he's a bad guy now, and I'm pretty happy this didn't come true, but Jimmy Savile, right, used to have a show called Jim Will Fix It, right? Yeah. Me and my mates wrote off to Jim Will Fix It to ask if we could go down the Goonie slide. It used to make kids' dreams come true. You know what I mean? So
it let you down this slide, I'm sure.
I'm pretty chuffed it didn't. Yeah, that's what I mean. Pretty chuffed it didn't get us round there. Jeez.
So if you had to pick between Football Manager, the series, or Championship Manager, what would you choose?
I mean, I love Champ. I played it. I still call it Champ a lot of the time, even though it's now Football Manager. But if I'm honest, I think a lot of people romanticize about the old Championship Manager, but I think what's that simple game you can get now?
FM Touch?
Is that it? That's pretty much that, innit? It's dead basic, where it was good in its day, but I love how in-depth the game's become, so definitely Football Manager.
I watched a YouTube video a couple of months back with someone playing really old, like I think it's like 97, 98.
Yeah.
And like you, I used to think, oh, that's the best game in the world.
Yeah.
And I watched the old video back. What fuck me, that game was so basic.
Do you remember the tactics? Honestly, I'm not lying. I don't know if any of the younger guys who might listen to this if they've ever played it. But you had basically about 3 options, and that was it. You can't all the stuff you can do now. You couldn't do that.
You had slider bars as well. Remember the old slider bars in the later champs as well.
Yeah, it was good in its day. It was amazing. I mean, I spent hours playing it every year. I spent hours playing it. This year, I'll be honest, is the first year I've not really played. It's weird.
Really?
because I've been doing YouTube about a year.
Yeah.
And I'll say this to anyone. I think you might have mentioned this on your show already, but you go into this because you're a massive Football Manager fan, and you love Football Manager, and then you really find out you don't play it as much because you end up you're editing, you're making videos, and I'm like, I don't want to play it because I've just been spending hours watching it, doing it. Honestly, I mean, if you look on, I've got Steam, right? So I've bought the game for the last few years on Steam, and each year it's like 2,000 hours or something like that. This year it's about 500 because I'm only really doing my series. I've tried a couple of offline saves, but you struggle to get into it. And if I've got any spare time, especially now I'm a dad, spare times with my son, if I've got a spare hour, I'm making my series, I'm editing. Do you know what I mean? So
I just checked. I've done 662 hours. That's really bad.
I bet you used to do more, didn't you?
Oh, a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. So I'll say that to anyone: if you want to get into this, just be prepared. You're gonna play a lot less. It's weird.
Ironically, my favourite FM was FM17. I just looked back, I paid over 2,300 hours on FM15. And that's before YouTube. I just be active. I remember my days off. I used to spend like literally from like 8 AM till 12 o'clock at night playing the game all day.
Yep, same here, mate. That's all I ever used to do. Always playing it, always.
And my last icebreaker question, dude, before we get into the in-depth stuff, is it's a football-related question: club or country?
Club. I've not bothered with international football for a while. If I'm honest, I mean, I loved it when I was a kid. Italian 90. I remember Italian 90, and then each year it was always we're going to do something. 94 was appalling. We didn't get to the World Cup. And then obviously we had 96, was amazing. I was a young lad drinking beers. Me and my mates had a great time. And then it was that whole golden generation. I've just been let down so many times. I've watched so many boring friendlies. That the last year I didn't watch any. I've been slagged off for this on YouTube, on the internet and stuff. People in comments because I've said that I don't watch England anymore, but I don't care.
I don't either. Mainly because I'm Welsh, but I don't watch England play either.
Right. There you go.
Watching Wales is just as bad, believe me, mate. Especially now. So obviously we're going to get into YouTube, my friend. Obviously, one of the questions I want to ask you is, where the hell did your name, Bood FM, come from?
Can we talk about drugs?
Of course we can.
Right. Well, if I'm honest, I don't smoke fags. I smoke fags from being 12 to 32. I'm 38 now, so what, 6 years. I smoked weed a little bit longer, from being about 15 till about 34. So I just used to smoke it all the time, if I'm honest. And round here, when I was younger, when I was 18, the internet first came out. It wasn't what it is now. And we had like chat rooms and stuff, and me and my mates went in like football chat rooms. And we all needed nicknames. And then, do you remember the film Friday with Ice Cube?
I love that film.
95, 96 had come out. So my mate said he was calling himself Smokey. And my other mate, we used to always say we're going for a Buddha. Do you know of Spliff?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I love that name. I'm going to be called Bood. And it just stuck. And then ever since then, my Xbox gamer tag, anything else, I've always nicknamed myself Bood. And it's just become my nickname over time. It basically means spliff. Very
nice. So,
yeah.
You do something new every day.
Yeah. Plus, my real name's Dave, and there's only one Dave in the YouTube scene, Mr. Azzopardi.
I was about to say Azzopardi, is it?
Yeah.
The man with the most beautiful hair in the world.
It's amazing. I think it's a piece, a system, but I think it's a wig.
I think it's a wig. I was about to say it as well. It's definitely a wig.
It's too good. It's too good.
It has to be. Or he gets a hairdresser around every morning to do his hair for him.
Yeah, he's one of them wankers. You go up behind him and rustle his hair up like that. He'd just wivel his hair about like that, and he'd just fall back into place perfectly. I love Dave. He's a top lad, Dave. But yeah, his hair's. I'm jealous of his hair.
I don't know. I've hardly got any hair, so I know how you feel, mate. So, I mean, in terms of starting YouTube, you started obviously just over a year ago. I think it's nearly your birthday in terms of YouTube. I think, I don't look yesterday, I think you started on May the 13th, I think it was.
Yeah. I'm nearly a year, yeah.
So, happy birthday. What made you start YouTube?
I've been wanting to do it for years. I mean, I've been watching content for a couple of years. And I just kept thinking, I used to make videos for family and friends, you know, like birthday videos and stuff. And I thought, well, I enjoy making videos. I enjoy Football Manager. I could do this. And it was just a case of getting around to it. I used to talk to my wife about it and never got around to doing it. And then last year, I just said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And did it. That was it, really. I just felt like I could do it. And I mean, I'd spoke to a few people like Loki and Full Time FM about it. And they'd said, you should try it. And
well, that goes to my next question, which was, did anybody help you when you first started? Was it Loki and Full Time FM? Or
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
Anybody else?
Big guys, no.
Well, anyone in general. He could be a small guy. Anyone in general.
Loads. I mean, there was we used to have a community group a massive community group that was around when I started, and I got invited straight into that by Just Mike Plays. So I owe him a lot, because as soon as I got into that group, I got to know a lot of other guys in the community, and a lot of them helped me out, shout outs and advice. And it was nice. I mean, a lot of them are still friends that I met in that group. Don't exist anymore. I mean, Just Mike was great. GWFM. He started a bit before me. He had a bit of a head start, but he was great with me, very supportive. Full Time FM was great. Loki was brill. I mean, me and Loki are still friends now. But yeah, I mean, there's loads of smaller guys. I mean, the community was great. I think this year, I don't know if it don't feel the same at the minute, I'll be honest.
No, I mean, obviously it didn't to me, but to be honest, with the support I'm getting for this series and the people that are so open to coming on, I think I feel a lot more part of the community now than I did 3 or 4 months ago, because of all the arguments that was going on, and sometimes I was involved in those arguments, but all the drama that was going on and all the sort of shit that was going on, to me the community did feel non-existent. But you know, there's recently been another YouTube channel, I think it's called FM Community Hub, I think it's called. Yeah,
it's been made by a good friend of mine, Ali Gaming. He's doing some stuff for me at the minute on FM Scout, and
great.
He's really good. I mean, he's made this channel, fair play to him. I mean, Ali used to be a content creator. I don't know if he had a different name, but he used to be around a lot, like in the early days when Golden FM started, and he was in the very first FM Cup. So he knows what he's doing, but he quit and he's come back now and he's starting again. But he thought he'd make this channel. I think it's for smaller guys to be a bit similar to FM Scout, I suppose. You can all put your videos on there and he's trying to build a channel for people to, like, you know, put the work on, and fair play to him. Well, I run FM Scout's YouTube channel at the minute, and he came to me and asked me if he could do it, and I said, well, there was a tester, and he did it, and you could tell he'd done it before, and he's just been doing like backup videos for us, and then obviously through that I talk to him on a pretty regular basis, and yeah, he's a really nice lad.
I mean, you mentioned there FM Scout. How did that come about? How did you work with FM Scout and run their YouTube channel come about for you?
I've always used FM Scout, and when I started doing this, I thought my aim in the game, I used to watch it, and I thought I really want to get on there. I just think it'd help me get my name out there, and I like doing that kind of thing. I just fancied it. I looked up to it. So I got on the team. I got on last year. I kept making videos and pecking people's heads, and I got on the team. And I think at the time Dave Azzopardi was mainly running it, and Dave quit basically just to concentrate on his own channel. When FM17 came out, there was no ill thing. He just said, I want to concentrate on my own channel. I've put enough into this. And it was like we're a bit of a headless chicken kind of thing. And I'm quite not forceful guy, but I'm quite a take charge kind of guy. And a lot of the other lads just said, we need a leader, you go for it. So I went to the guy who owns FM Scout and just said, you know, I'm up for it. And he went, I'd love you to do it. And I think we've done a good job this year. I've put plans in place. We've got a great team. I think we've got reservists. So I've run a competition. That's how we found Ollie Plays. And people leave. We've got people coming in. I've tried to give people chances just to help them really and get the name out there. I think because if you get a video on FM Scout, you know, you've got a potential audience of 20-odd thousand. It's quite big, you know. You open yourself up for abuse, but it's quite big. But I really enjoy it. I won't lie. It's good.
I think you've got 25,000 subscribers on there, which is insane. Absolutely.
23 and a half.
23 and a half.
Yeah, but this year the aim was to do dailies, and I think we've done that now for so consistently now for months and months, and the channel's just growing, and it's good to be part of a team. I enjoy that part of it. Do you know what I mean? Because when you do YouTube, a lot of time you're on your own, whereas on FM Scout, it's good. I enjoy it.
Do you have a list of names of guys that do the channel with you, or is that all closely knit secret?
No, well, there's seven of us. Like, so that, but the idea behind there's 7 people. You all have like access to channel management, and if you all do 1 video a week, that's guaranteed daily content. And then I usually have a couple of guys who are backups, and they, in case anyone's ill, or like when I had a couple of weeks off recently when we had my baby, just to cover us. And then basically when someone leaves, you've got a ready-made replacement then, haven't you, just to step right in.
Well thought, good idea.
yeah, and it's worked really well. I mean, we've had people leave this year, and instead of us being stuck or lost, it's just kept on ticking, and that was the plan, you know.
I've just started watching the day before yesterday your Stockport County save. I hadn't watched that previously.
Bloody hell. That's one of them where it's my first one, and you can see from one to the last one how I learn how to do things, if you know what I mean.
That's the great thing about YouTube.
It was amazing though, mate. I love that series. I still miss it.
One of my big regrets is when I first started YouTube, one of my first saves was a Tottenham Hotspur save, I think it was, and I deleted it. I deleted it from my YouTube channel because the audio was so bad. I didn't want people to hear it. But I look back now, I think I wish I'd kept it.
Yeah, well, it's like if you ever watch my number one, I'm just sat in my front room. I didn't know what I was doing. Just you can hear me dog snoring in the background. You know?
I just sounded so bored on the save. I
Yeah.
sounded really bored, and monotonous, and
Yeah, you get more natural experience, you know.
you do. I mean, what's your views on the way Side Games approached the release of FM17?
What's the what? About the way they did it?
Yeah, do you have any views on the way they handled it?
Yeah, I mean, who's the guy? Who's the boss man now? What's his name?
Miles.
Yeah, he blocked me.
He didn't.
Yeah, I'm blocked because just because I was saying stuff like, "What's going on with this? It's rubbish," and then they brought out that crappy video. Do you remember to try and appease us?
Yeah, the Watford one.
And it was shit, and it was just. I feel like, and I think a lot of people feel like this. They've got the core group of people that we all play it, and they just thought they can't be asked. They're just going to buy it anyway. Who gives a shit? And to be fair, I don't think it's much different than last year's, apart from social feed, and there's a low corner camera angle. I don't know what else is much different. If I'm honest, it's not much different. I think they've either hit a ceiling and there's nothing else to go, or they just can't be asked. But then 2 years ago, Miles Jacobson, or what his name is, was in an interview saying he's got thousands of ideas for all the way to FM25 or something. Well, bullshit.
The problem with Miles is that every year we've got 5,000 new features, because to him a new feature is a different kind of match ball, and that's a genuine feature. That's a genuine feature. He talks of.
It's rubbish, that,
I've heard him. They call these new features, and a new feature could be a new commentary line, or it could be. It's pathetic. So if you go, oh my god, 25,000 new features, that's great. Then you think, what the fuck is the exact same game as it was last year? Bar.
It needs a challenger, and I think other people have said this. I mean, if you look at FIFA, I think FIFA stays quite good because it's got Pro Evo competing. One of my other favourite games, John Madden, hasn't got a competitor anymore, and John Madden has just gone stale. I didn't even buy it this year. I always buy it because it's just not improving. Do you know what I mean? And I feel the same with Football Manager. I think if it had someone challenging it to compete, to get better, it would have got better. But who's challenging them? There isn't anybody.
I mean, you wouldn't have heard this yet because it hasn't come out yet, but me and Wolfie spoke about it on last week's show, and we spoke in depth about Football Manager and FIFA and how, in theory, in our opinion, and Wolfie agreed, if FIFA were to ever delve into the world of football management, they would completely, in my opinion, blow Football Manager out the water. Yeah. Because, Loki Doki said it, and I said it, and Wolfie said it, for a game that has now been on the scene for 30 years, how have they still got this absolute crappy, awful 3D match engine? You think now it's literally the same as playing FIFA 94, World Cup 94. Do you know what I mean?
The graphics, I'm not asked about them that much, but I wouldn't mind. They could be better. Yeah, they could be better, a lot better. And they try and say this now. Last year, didn't they? We got motion sensors. Like they've used some guy with a motion sensor suit on, and he still looks like that on the computer. That's bullshit. Do you know what I mean? They filmed some guy diving, didn't they, to get dives? No, he didn't.
The Apprentice in the Office.
Yeah, that's a lot of tosh. They could improve that, but then what's the reason? Why don't they? Why do they say they don't?
I think if they want to be taken as a genuine game and a serious contender in the football community, they've got to look to improve the game, in my opinion. I mean, offline, I played a game of 2D match engine, so it doesn't really affect me.
No,
the only time
I hate it.
What, 3D or 2D?
2D. I'm a 3D man.
Are you really?
Oh yeah, all the time, even on my own, yeah.
So I prefer 2D because I like to see what all my guys are on the pitch at all times.
See, my argument with this, right? It's like, recently, one of my guys crossed the ball and he whipped his leg around the back of his leg like Ronaldo, like. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you won't have seen that on the 2D.
You're right.
And also, people always say, 2D, but you can see the movement. Like, but when I watch the footy on the telly, I can see the movement, and I don't watch it from above. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're right.
My mate James, who we mentioned before, he watches the commentary. He's that old school. He didn't like 2D. He don't even think about 3D. Do you remember old school Champ Manager?
That was me back in the day.
All you had was the text.
When they first brought in the match change, I was pissed because I wanted to see, because you couldn't go back to commentary at first. I remember when they first brought out the match change, you couldn't actually turn it off. You couldn't turn off the match change. It was all 2D. And I was pissed because I enjoyed watching the commentary rather than sitting there. The game would be 3 times as long, but I enjoyed sitting there just watching the commentary.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
God, I feel old saying that.
Yeah, me and my other mate Dave, we used to play against each other all the time. He's a Man City fan. I'm a United fan, and we just used to battle all the time. It was great. And he won't watch the 2D. We had to, when we played, we always had to use a dusted text, which is crazy, really.
I mean, the benefits of 3D, as you said, regarding fancy skills now. I mean, more and more recently, when I'm doing my video uploads, I do zoom in on certain things like a back kill, because obviously you don't get to show it as a replay, do you? You see it once and that's it. So I sort of zoom in now to show that. But you're right, if you're playing in 2D, you don't see that because it's a bunch of dots running around the pitch, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I understand why people like it, and I would never knock anyone for doing it. I think visually, the 3D is a bit better. But even then, the graphics are pants, really, aren't they? They stuck a crappy burger van in corner. What's the point of that? What is the point in that? I think it might have been Benji. He said he wanted a new feature to be access to the burger van, which I thought would be good.
Spend your in-game money on buying a burger or two at half time.
Yeah. That's another argument. Why do we get paid money? What's the point in that? We don't do anything with it. I ain't got a bank account. I'm on like 50 grand a week contract. Where's all that money going?
Well, that's why whenever I get a new contract, I always click the lowest option available, because that means it gives me more money in my wage budget.
I do the same. That's my theory behind it as well.
I mean, it might not be true, but that's just my thinking. Because, like you said, you know, there's no point in having a wage for as a manager, because you can't spend it in game. Now, arguably,
why take 300 grand a week out the bank when you're spending that on players? Yeah.
I mean, arguably, I don't want to then spend the game buying a new fucking house or anything, because that's not what I played the game for. But just fuck off with the money altogether.
Yeah, I don't see the point.
You then get some people who go, it's not realistic because, you know, in football you get paid money. So I suppose you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't, aren't you?
Yeah, true.
I mean, in terms of computer gaming, you know, are you a console man? Are you a PC man?
Console mainly. I mean, the only games I've ever played on my PC. Well, to be fair, I've played 2. I used to be a bit of a World of Warcraft guy.
Yeah.
I played that for years. Not played it for a couple of years now. It takes over your life. Apart from that, just Football Manager. I've just been Xbox. That's all. I used to play that a lot. Now I don't really play it because I'm, like I said, I'm either, if I'm not looking after my son or working, I'm making stuff for YouTube. So my time is limited. Is
running the FM Scout on your YouTube pretty much a full-time job then?
Yeah, pretty much, mate. Yeah.
I thought it may be. It may be. Trying to manage a website, a YouTube channel with 23,000 subscribers and managing over 2,000 subscribers sounds like a full-time job.
Yeah, you don't get paid for it though.
One day, that's our dream. No. One day.
Yeah. I was late to monetize my account, so I think I'm on 100,000 views at the minute, something like that, and I've only made like 40 quid.
Thinking of money. That's a new what, headset maybe? You're lucky?
Yeah. I'm going to get a microphone. I've got a snowball at the minute, but I fancy one of them Yetis, I think.
I've got a snowball too. I want a Yeti as well. That's the dream.
Yeah, the one Loki's got.
They're 100 plus quid though, aren't they?
Yeah, he got his for like 20 quid or something silly. There was like a special offer, and I think it was 30, 40 quid. Special Amazon Black Friday offer.
Yeah, more like from the back of a lorry.
Yeah, probably. Knowing him.
Someone robbed an Amazon lorry. So what was your first ever computer or console, should we say?
What I could play a game on?
Aye.
Spectrum 48K.
Spectrum 48K, never heard of it.
With a separate tape deck.
I remember that. My brother had that.
Yeah, it used to take 4 hours for your game to load.
You put a game in place and you basically go over your dinner, watch a bit of EastEnders, your mum and dad come back and then play a game for 5 minutes. I remember that.
Had a Manic Miner on it, Spy Hunter. It was classic.
Do you feel old?
I had a Football Manager game on it.
Really?
Proper basic. Yeah. It was. I think I talked about this with One True Nerd. Proper old game. I put it on Twitter once. But yeah, I had a Spectrum and I had a Commodore. Do you remember Commodore 64s?
I had one of those myself.
Yeah. And then I don't think I bothered for a bit. And then I had a Master System, Sega Master System.
Yeah.
Mega Drive. And then I went on to PlayStation 1. And then that was it. And I went on to Xboxes.
So did you go for the PS2, PS3, or did you straight to Xbox for you?
I had a PS2, and then I've had an Xbox 360, and now I've got the Xbox One.
What's your favourite game on the Xbox One? Is it Madden or?
Yeah, I love Madden. Madden's amazing. I'm a massive NFL. I love NFL more than I like football, if I'm honest.
Really?
Yeah, mate, it's top sport. I love it. Proper love it. I actually really enjoy it. Whereas football, it's got a bit. As I've got older, the more money they get paid, and it just gets me down a bit sometimes, I'll be honest with you. But I still love playing Football Manager, but I don't watch as much football. I used to be a season ticket holder at United for years and all that. I used to be mad into football. But as I've got older, not so much. Yeah, massive NFL fan. I love it. I went to watch it last year at Twickenham with the wife. It was amazing. But yeah, I love John Madden. Last game I bought though, I haven't bought one for ages. It was a Fallout 4. That was good.
I bought that 2 days ago on the PC.
Yeah, it's good, man.
I had it on the PS4, and then obviously I saw a PS4. But I've been watching Lelujo's new Fallout 4 series, and
how's it doing one? Yeah.
Yeah, and I just thought, you know what, I really want to play Fallout 4 again.
Do you know what though? I like The Sims. Me and the wife used to play that for hours, man. Sims 3. Quality.
Did you ever buy the DLC for it, or was it just a simple game on its own?
Is that the one where you can go to China?
Yeah.
And learn karate? Yeah, I love that. Go to France and learn winemaking.
I used to play it, but there was about 4 million DLCs you could buy.
Yeah,
I just had a simple Sims 3. Me and my sister used to play it. Well, she had it, and I used to play her game, should we say.
Right. Well, I used to have 2 versions. I'd have the one where I played with my wife, where we'd have a family, and we'd do everything dead nice, and we'd get a career, and then I had the one where I was on my own, and I had the party palace that I built myself, and I was shagging up the birds in town, and they were all having kids. You can do that, can't you? You can just go around the whole town shagging them all, and you have like 10 kids. They've all got your name, and you're like, all the women are pissed off with you because you're not spending any time with them.
Where's my CSA? I ain't got any money.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun, that, man.
So what's your favourite ever game?
My favourite ever game? GTA. Gotta be. I love
Really?
GTA.
Which one?
Oh, the last one. I loved it. I spent forever on that. I played that solid for about 12 months when it first came out on my old Xbox 360. I was going to transfer my account to Xbox One, but I just never got around to buying the game again. But yeah, I absolutely love that game. It was brilliant.
Do you remember when it first came out and there was that update on the first day that took about 14 hours to do?
Yeah. Do you remember the cheats, right? Well, people were cracking the game, and they got around it eventually, but people were cracking the game, and they could put money on your head, like $1 billion, and all they had to do was they'd come and kill you, right? And I didn't know this was going on. All of a sudden, I'm riding around, got $1 billion put on my head. I'm like, fucking hell, you're a bounty. Loads of people are trying to kill me, and I just try to keep getting away. And if you can stay away from it for so long, you keep whatever's on your head. I didn't realise this, and I survived, ended up with £1 billion. I went, fucking sweet. It's like, bought all the cars, bought everything. Anyway, they fixed this bug, and they emptied your bank account, but what they couldn't do was take all your stuff, and luckily I'd bought everything. I had the big flat, I had all the cars, all the boats, all the guns. So I had no money in the bank, but I still had everything to mess about with. So
you basically
it was really good. Yeah, that was awesome. But then recently, they've added loads, haven't they? I mean, you can buy a yacht now and do all your yacht up and have it out in the marina, full-size yacht.
Well, they've also gone down the avenue. If you don't have FIFA, you buy FIFA points.
Right.
On Xbox, on Grand Theft Auto now, you can buy what they call shark coins, I think it is, with basic in-game money. You can go in there and buy in-game money to spend on your online save, and you get people spending shitloads on that.
Yeah, you had credit cards, didn't they? You can buy shark credit
cards.
That's
the one there. Did you ever spend money in that, or was that what you did?
No, I won't do that, no.
I mean, in regards to Manchester United, I know you say you're a bigger NFL fan than you are football. We'll come to that in a minute. But in regards to Manchester United, who's your favourite ever Man United player?
Cantona.
Good choice.
Loved Derek. I loved him. Absolutely loved Derek Cantona.
And your favourite Cantona goal? I mean, I've got mine. The chip.
Oh, it's the chip, innit? Where he turns around, it's like, you know it. That was quality. Or maybe when he blasted it in is the FA Cup final against Liverpool, was it?
Yeah, and he sort of runs backwards. There's a volley, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, that was brilliant. I'm still watching United. I haven't been to a game for a couple of years. I got rid of my season ticket. I got rid of it because it was costing me too much money.
Yeah.
And I was working too many Saturdays. This wasn't because he left. It was just happened to be Ronaldo's last year was my last year, and I haven't been back since. So it's a long time. No, I have one game. Sorry, an FA Cup game. So when I think about it now, it's a long time since I've been Old Trafford. But I do watch it on the telly. I don't know. It's just when I was young, I was just into it more. I was young. You go out with your mates. You'd all watch football together. Whereas now, I'm married. I'm nearly 40. I work hard. I've got a wife. It's just not the same, is it? But when it comes to American football, I just love that sport. I love the history of it. I love watching all about history of it and learning about the players. I just love how the sport works. I think a lot of people in this country don't understand it, and I think once you do, you realise what a good game is. And then going to a game, I know it's 3 hours long, right? It's like going to the theatre. It's amazing the show they put on for you. It is great. You come away feeling like, wow, that was well worth it.
How did you get into American football?
It's my dad. He loved it. Yeah. I mean, used to watch the Super Bowl with him every year. remember the first one I watched was Chicago Bears in the 80s, and I've watched it ever since. And I've had years where I've not watched it as much, but in the recent years, it's on the telly more and more now. And I just watch it a lot more, yeah. And YouTube as well. I follow things on YouTube, so I get to see a lot more. And yeah, no, I love it. It's good sport, man.
I mean, I've watched American football a few times on telly, but like you said, because it's so long, I've not got the patience to sit there. But I've never really given it a proper go. Do you know what I mean?
The best thing I always say to people is, if you ever get John Madden, play a bit of John Madden, you'll learn a few of the rules. And once you know the rules, it is a good game. It's tactically quality, really. And the way they hit each other. I mean, people say, oh, they wear helmets. It's not like rugby. If you hit people like that in rugby, you'd kill them. You'd be dead. That's why they wear that stuff. That's why they wear that stuff.
Somebody is. And then they get away with going, shouting in their face, yeah, you're a pussy. Yeah. Shouting in their face, you just decapitated a man. And you're there jumping in his face, cheering in front of his face.
No, I love it, man. I mean, when I went last year, brilliant event. I mean, I've made it. I've got all the video ready. I've done a vlog. I've just not made it. So I'm going to make that someday. Be out on YouTube at some point.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's good, man. Brilliant.
I mean, would you ever be interested in doing like not a podcast, but maybe a series where you talk about NFL, in general, and what's been going on in that sort of week? Would that be something you ever want to do?
Yeah, I might do it with someone else. I don't know if I'd host it myself. I mean, people have talked about it with me before, because there's quite a few guys in the community who are massive NFL fans. And I've mentioned it to him, but I don't know, it's just never come about. I'd take part if someone did it.
There's a guy I've talked to who, in the FM community, I think he's just started his own NFL series. I think it's called NC Jester.
Yeah, I know him,
Yeah, he's an older guy, but he's a big NFL fan. He's got I think he's got a little series where he talks about that as well.
Yeah, he got me I collect hats. If anyone watches my series, I collect hats. And I couldn't get the Cleveland Brown hat anywhere. He got it me from America and shipped it over.
Did he?
So yeah, fair play to him. Yeah, he got me that and Carolina Panthers hat.
Oh bloody hell! Yeah, fair play to him. I mean, go back to Manchester United. Obviously, how do you feel that? I mean, I know you don't watch a lot of it, but
I do watch it just on the telly.
What's your views on the team this season and how they're performing?
It's annoying. If we just closed out a few more games, we'd have kicked the league's ass this year. I mean, we're undefeated forever. It's just, how many draws have we had this year? It's like 14 in the league. I
remember that run where it's like we haven't lost in 24 games. We had 12 draws.
I know. That's what I mean. Imagine a few more of them were wins. We'd have pissed this league. I just hope next year. I like Mourinho, I do, and I think when he went back to Chelsea, he had that first year when he stuttered and he got his feet and he worked out what he needed. He bought the right players and he won the title the year after. I think he will come good. I don't want anyone else as a manager. I love Jose Mourinho, and I think he will come good. I just think we need... Zlatan was brilliant this year, but he is at the end, and now he's, unfortunately, what's happened to him, I'm gutted for him. We need a good young striker, someone like a Griezmann, someone good, I think, to help us win them games. Pogba's been a bit meh. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I think he just needs to get rid of a few, sign a few. I think we'll be all right next year. I definitely think we'll challenge next year.
For the money you've spent this season, 150 plus million, do you think you've been a flop or?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, then, do we say definitely though? I mean, we're still winning trophies. We won the FA Cup last year, won the League Cup this year. We potentially could still win the Europa League. Now, all right, they're not the Premier League, it's not the Champions League, but it's still trophies. There's still teams out there. Great teams, great clubs, loads of fans who've never won even our League Cup, ever. So we're like, oh, League Cup, it's shit. It's still a trophy. I'm still happy that we're winning silverware. That'll do me.
How do you feel that Mourinho's prioritising the Europa League over the Premiership?
Now, I'm happy because Premier League's done, I think. So I think he needs to now, yeah. Especially when you see who's left in it. Who's left in it? Lyon, Ajax, Celta Vigo. Is it, I think. I know. Now, no offence, but I think we're better than all of them. We should win it. And if we
Ajax dicked Lyon, didn't they? They won that 4-0 the other day against Lyon, didn't they? Ajax absolutely dicked them 4-0, apparently.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. You probably look at a United Ajax final, which should be absolutely superb.
Yeah, it'd be class. It's just a shame it's in Sweden, isn't it, the final?
Have you heard what they're going to call the Ajax Arena now? They've renamed the Jordi Cruyff Stadium.
Have they really?
Yeah, they're going to rename the Ajax Arena to the Jordi Cruyff Stadium.
Fair play.
Which sounds pretty awesome. So one question for you, my friend, before we part ways, which has been a really enjoyable conversation, to be honest with you, is who do you recommend in the FM community? Who do you watch? In fact, if you do watch anyone, do you get time to watch anyone?
I used to watch. I used to watch quite a bit before I started doing it. I watched Benji. I think everyone did. Second Yellow Card was my favourite. The guy, I love that lad. It was quality. Proper liked it. I miss him. Really enjoyed his stuff. And Loki. I used to watch Loki. Now I still watch Loki. I still watch quite a lot. I try and keep my fingers in it because of working for FM Scout. I try and look for people and stuff. But I never get to watch a full series really. I just pop into people's. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
watch the odd one. Like I watched one of yours the other day, and I watched a lot of Graham, GWFM.
Yeah.
He's got a lead save. I really like Graham. He's a good lad. He's just had a kid as well, so he's going through a lot of what I'm going through. FM Life, but he's not doing anything at the minute. He's not really. I've got a series, but I really enjoyed him. I watched quite a lot of Football Manager Zone.
You didn't realise, do you?
I watched quite a bit. Loki, obviously I've just said that. Wolfie, I'm good friends with Wolfie. I love Wolfie's stuff. He's a genius with his intros and his thumbnails, and yeah, he's a really nice lad. I like Wolfie. I watched quite a bit, to be fair. It's just hard. Like you probably know yourself. You struggle for time.
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't do what I used to be able to do. But there's a lot of great content out there. There's a lot of people doing it this year. I mean, I thought there's quite a few last year when I started. This year, it's like there's 3 times as many. And the trouble is, there's only a small pool of viewers.
Yeah.
If you think Benji's one of the biggest, he's got 40,000. That means there's probably a lot that don't like him. So say double that, right? So there's 80,000 people watch our content. We're all fighting for them people. It's well hard. Well hard.
I mean, there are a lot of people. Unfortunately, we've seen more and more people drop off.
Yeah, loads of left since I've started. Loads.
Which is a shame. Yeah, some big names have gone. Yeah, as we said, Second Yellow Card, among others. Yeah, we've seen more people drop off. We've seen FM Yank. He was someone I was a big fan of. FM Yank. He was on the FM Central page. He's dropped off now. Dare FM's just come back, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of small guys drop off because I think I think a lot of people start and they think they're going to get loads of subs, and it just don't work out for some people, and I don't know why.
I was one of those.
There's people who are quite good at it, and it just don't work out, you know.
I expected to be an internet sensation, come onto YouTube and have like 20,000 people in the first year. Do you know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people have that unrealistic expectation. We're like, we're going to be an instant smash hit. You think I make my mates laugh in the pub. Sure, I can make everyone else laugh at home. Do you know what I mean? But it's not quite the same.
To be honest, I didn't go into it for that. I didn't think anyone would even give a shit. And I never really tried to keep track of it, unless a big milestone like recently. I've just gone. I've hit 2K subs, and then you think, wow, brilliant. That's brilliant. But apart from that, I don't keep track of it all the time. I just have fun with it, you know.
Do you have any long-term goals for the channel? I know you've hit 2,000 now. What's your next aim?
I was having a good chat with Loki the other day, and I was saying how, you know, I'd like to be maybe 4 or 5, but I can't ever see me being massive because I don't do enough content.
Do you have a time frame for that? Is hitting 4 or 5?
No, I don't know. Not really, no. I don't know. You never know what it's going to be. I mean, I've had weeks where I'm gaining like 180. A few weeks ago, I got 180 in 1 week, and then next week you get 12. It's like, I've not done anything different. I don't understand. So, I mean, it depends, doesn't it? I mean, the more you're around, I think the more likely you've got a chance of growing. Just don't give up. Keep going at it. Don't worry about the figures. Just keep producing, try and improve, make the best you can make, and have fun doing it. Don't do it for some people doing it and end up being like a job for them, and they get down about it, and then it shows. Do you know what I mean? I know loads of guys who I know have done that, and they're not making anything. They're still kind of around, but they're not doing anything. I don't know. I feel sorry for them, but then I've grafted me. I really try my hardest every episode and try and make it the best it can be, and just be natural. And I think I've done well for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I see it anyway, mate.
So obviously, in regards to YouTubers, my friend, do you have any advice for any upcoming YouTubers at all?
My advice is always try and make. Like, I wish I'd practiced more before I just made a video and stuck out. But I think everyone says the same stuff. Good audio. Try and be natural, be yourself, have fun with it. Some people, we all do it. I think we all start off a bit robotic. I don't know. Try and be yourself, because at the end of the day, it's hard, isn't it? Because we're all so different. There's so many different people, and some people aren't gonna like you. Some people are, and you've just got to try and just do the best you can and have fun with it, basically, innit? I mean, some of my episodes have had I think my first ever HUD videos had like 6,000 views or something. That means, what does that mean? 4,000 people don't like me, which is fair enough. Do you know what I mean? That's fair enough. But I don't know. I just have fun with it, and I just say that to anyone, have fun. But be prepared that your game you love, you are not going to play like you used to play. It takes it away from you. It's crazy. I mean, I think I've heard you speak about this, how much editing you got an hour, you got to edit. It's hard.
It's amazing for a 12-minute clip how much editing goes involved to a 12-minute video, 15-minute video.
One of my videos takes 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, you spend an hour plus. I mean, I'll be spending over an hour editing. You then got obviously render the video. You then got upload it to YouTube, etc. The whole process takes fucking hours.
Like each live com I do, I have a stadium graphic. It zooms in, and you've got all the fancy badges flying around and all that. And that's an hour and a half of rendering just for that one piece. And if I have a double live com, I've got to do 2 of them. Do you know what I mean? It's hard work, man. And you're not getting any money, so you just got to, hopefully you enjoy it, do it because you enjoy it, and have fun with it, and just try and make the best you can be. I'd say watch a lot of different people, take a bit from people, try and make yourself your own little style, and just go for it. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll work out for you. Because I mean, what is success in this? I mean, some of us, I don't know, what would you class as success, Ben? What numbers do you think makes you a good FM YouTuber these days? You can't compete with the Benjis.
No, you can't. I mean, for me, success is, I think it's being respected in the community. I think as long as I'm respected in some form or another, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, when I first started YouTube, I don't think I was respected, mostly because I was being a bit of a dickhead and going out and starting dramas and being argumentative. Right. And I think, reining that back in, I mean, I've got a little bit more respect. And there's guys that, like Loki Doki and Second Johnny Card and yourself and Dave Azzopardi and Wolfie, that, I think if I'd asked some of you guys 6-9 months ago to come on, you'd have laughed in my face or wouldn't even bother replying back to me. But I think the fact that I wouldn't say respected, but the fact that I'm semi-respected, I think, by some of the guys in the FM community, I think that to me is a form of success for me. We're not going to, I don't envision myself hitting 1,000, 2,000 subscribers at all. To me, it's a hobby. It's something that I do. It's something that I enjoy.
Same here, mate. But I agree with that. It's nice when you listen to things and people mention your name and you think, oh, that's nice. Because that's all I try and do. And I mean, I've tried to be really helpful. I've helped a lot of people. I don't do it as much, but I've been burnt a bit by a few people who've kind of took the piss or kind of use you for things. And that's like anything in life. So I've made some really good friends. I mean, I've got some proper mates that I've made in this community. And I've got their back, and we've helped each other out with stuff, and I do love that. So yeah, and I love that. I've got a bit of respect off a few people, but just be sound. If you're sound with people and normal, and not a dick, because there's some right dickheads. You'll be all right. And there is though, isn't there? There's some right dickheads.
I was one of those. But I think it's literally grown up.
I don't remember all that. I mean, I remember the only first time I remember talking to you asked me for some help.
Yeah, and that's one of my questions. It was, you gave me advice back in the day. Do you get much of that now? Because you were very, very helpful. It was you that told me to do the intro graphic. I'd never done it before, and I've started doing it now on all my saves that I do. And you were very helpful. Literally all the advice you gave me, I took on board, and it's seen me improve leaps and bounds. So Loki Doki said he gets it. Wolfie gets it. Do you get many people nowadays asking you for advice, or?
Yeah. I get quite a bit. Thing is, though, sometimes I'm quite honest. I'm not going to lie and say, yeah, that's good. I'll tell you if it's shit. Someone asked me for some advice the other day, and they were appalling, Ben. And I said, look, I'll be honest with you, and I think I could help you, but this, and this, and they proper took it to heart. Like I was having a go at them, and I want arsy about it. I was being nice. It's just they were shit.
What's the point of being nice and saying, you did really, really well if you're not?
I mean, they were talking like, right, so basically I've got me save and this is what I'm going to do. And it was like, I can't even hear you, man. What are you doing? I said to him, I know you love Football Manager, but maybe you should be a blogger.
Yeah.
Just write about it.
You haven't got the face for YouTube.
All the voice. Some people ain't got it, have they?
Yeah.
They haven't, have they? And that's not being horrible, but I mean, if anyone, I'm happy if anyone ever want to come to me and ask me for advice and say, watch this, what do you think? I'll always do that, yeah. Because I'm not an arsehole. Because when I started, I had this grand thought in my head that everyone's going to be dead cool. I'm going to send my links to everyone. Benji and all that will come back to me and say, oh, yeah, mate, oh, you're great, do this. And I got nothing. Nobody. The only person that helped me out, right, was Second Yellow Card. And he sent me he helped me out setting up all my Adobe After Effects stuff and all that. He sent me all his settings. That was the only help when it comes to things like that I got. You know what I mean? I got ignored by everyone else.
See, in my very, very early days when I first started a year ago, the only guy that ever truly helped me out was Just Mike Plays.
Oh, he's sound though, isn't he?
You know, he was an absolute dream. You know, he gave me so much advice in the very early days as to my mic and my audio and my editing style. And I was looking back through some of your old videos yesterday and today, and your first ever stock put save 11 months ago, just Mike commented saying, really good video, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, I said to Mike in the video, so just think how far Boo's come along in the last year alone. Do you know what I mean? So Mike has been an absolute gentleman when it comes to giving advice.
Well, Mike was the one who started that old community group, and he helps a lot of people back. And I think I feel like he's a good lad. I don't know. I feel like he's lost his way at the minute.
I was just going to say, I don't
know what he's doing, does he?
I don't think he gets the appreciation he deserves. I don't think people realise just how much he does for the community.
He's done for a lot of people, yeah. I mean, we were talking once in that group, and we all realised most of us were there because of Mike. He's the one who invited us.
I was in that group. That big group when he first started that community chat. I wasn't in it very long because I wanted to leave the group, and I started a Facebook group, the FM community Facebook group, and that flopped with about 12 people, and I then sort of sat YouTube off for a little while. But I was in a group. It may have been a similar, all the same group. Very much. I remember Dave Azzopardi was in that group. Keeper was in that group. Fat Man Dupe was in that group.
Same group.
There you go. So I was probably in that group with you guys. Well, I wasn't in that group with you guys, and it was just Mike that got me into that group. He found me on YouTube, saw my video, and messaged me on Twitter, gave me some advice, and he was great. And like I said, he doesn't get the advice he deserves. And you're right, you know, his mobile gaming for YouTube for
well, that's
FM.
what I mean. His stuff was niche, wasn't it? But he was consistent with it, and that's why he got all the subs he got. But I feel like last while, I mean, I think he'll admit that. I don't know if he knows what he's doing. He's tried a few different things, and I just don't think he's been that happy with it. But as in the community's respect, there's a load of us who've got Mike's back because of how nice he was when I started. I mean, don't get me wrong. I said like only second yellow card helped me. Loki helped me. Loki was mint. Loki still is mint. He's given me I've not even asked for it, but he's given me shout outs. I woke up one morning, I had 300 extra subs, and because Loki had done a shout out for me without
really.
It was amazing. I was like, fucking hell. No way. So things like that were amazing, you know. And I try and do that myself. I mean, I ain't got 12,000 subs, but a lot of the time I'll do little sliders, or I'll try and give a shout out to someone. And if they get a sub from it, then brilliant. Even if they get one, it's something. And I do that a lot on Twitter. I used to do it a lot more than I do now. I ain't done it for a while. I used to try and do little adverts for people.
Yeah. And
tweet out other people's episodes just in case, because I mean, my Twitter, I never used Twitter. I only had like 20 followers until I started this. Now I've got like 1,200, and the majority of them are FM fans. So if I can get someone a sub, I'm happy with that. I
mean, in terms of your long-term aim for the FM Scout channel, you know, do you envisage taking that on for the foreseeable future, or do you have a plan of stepping back?
I don't want to move. No, definitely into FM18. I'll be staying. Yeah, I enjoy it. I proper enjoy it. I thrive on it. And we're doing a lot more with it, and we restructured it so the channel's actually making money now. It never used to. So we're going to hopefully be doing loads of giveaways this year, which we've never done. So we're going to be hopefully back giving loads of games away, giving like clothes away, all the Scout hoodies and T-shirts and all that stuff. So it'll be good. It's going to be good, hopefully. And I just enjoy being part of it.
Do you envision that being your next full-time job? Was that a dream job?
No, because you never make any money. You don't make any money, man. YouTube's not about making money unless you've got a freaking million. I think was it Second Yellow Card?
Actually, it was him that said that him and Work the Space sat down and worked out how many views and subs you had to get to actually make a living wage from it, and it was something stupid like 1 million subscribers and a stupid amount of views.
I mean, I think if you've got decent subs, you've got a Patreon, and you can maybe do a few other things, you could probably make money. I think Benji makes money. I'm sure Loki makes a bit of money. But I don't think they're not wadded. They're not going to make millions out of it.
What's your views on Patreon?
I don't mind it. I don't know about small guys. I know a lot of small guys do it, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it yet. I don't. If it was like Loki's size, I might do it.
See, part of me thinks if you're going to do it, it's better to do it in the early days rather than later days. I mean, I'm a bit hit and miss because I think if you do it in the later days, people might. It depends whether you care what people think about you.
It's weird, I mean, look into Twitch. It's like, I mean, he hasn't done anything since that video. It like burnt him, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I just think some people react to it really bad. So I don't know.
I mean, it all depends whether you care what people think about you. Do you know what I mean? Whether you want people to give you abuse or not. But I think if you're ever going to do it, it's better to do it in the very early days rather than, like you just said, people getting you sold out.
Well, Benji, did you see his episode the other week where he done some kind of app?
And he got abused, didn't he, on Twitter
He got levered. And I think to myself, you bunch of cunts, right? This lad does a video for you every day.
Free.
Right? Yeah, right. In his own time, he's not making that much money. Can't he make a few bob? I mean, Loki Doki always said to me that if whatever he makes, he puts back into it. So if Loki's got a better microphone or he got his green screen, that's because of that. So he's made his content better. You're enjoying it more. But that's because that's how he's paid for it. I think Loki promised his missus that if he ever improved, he'd use the money for that. So give him a break, man.
I mean, I'm not exactly best mates with Dr. Benji, truth be told, but I felt it was a bit shit for him. The guy's actually trying to make a job or career out of what he does, and he managed to get himself a sponsor. Let's be honest, if we could all get a sponsor who would pay us to advertise something, I'd fucking do it. I really would.
Of course you would. I mean, he's done all the T-shirt stuff. He makes money off his T-shirts. I think he's got a Patreon on it. If you can make a few bob off that, he makes a few bob off his views.
I'm a Patreon subscriber to Loki Doki. That's the only one I'm a subscriber to because I'm a massive fan of his content. I mean, if second,
I love him, but I'm not giving him any money.
If second yellow card was about, you better believe I'd be a Patreon.
I probably would actually. Second yellow card. I don't know what it was about him, but yeah, I just really enjoyed every day. He came, I went to bed, I watched his video. Naked. No, I wasn't really naked. But I watched his video. I loved the guy. He was awesome, man. He was well good. His Wimbledon save, his Portsmouth save, his Paris save, and then that last one, I was well into it.
His Midland save, I was a big fan.
I mean, he got ill. Is he so inconsiderate getting ill?
I hate him. I was a big fan of him, but then he fucked off and left us. Do you know what I mean? So I can't do him anymore. I blocked him on Twitter.
Fair play to him. He did amazing, and he deserved it because he was very good.
He was great at the show. He's very honest on the show, and he spoke about why.
He's probably my biggest inspiration. If you watch one of my shows, right, me and his styles are obviously very different. He sounds really posh. I sound like I'm off the TV show Shameless or something. But when you see his cool little intro at the start and you see his graphic before a game, I'd done the same. That's inspired. I've not copied him, but he inspired me. And that's why I've done that, because of him.
I mean, I've got a question here about your graphics, because obviously your graphics and your highlights packages, etc., are fucking awesome. They're really, really good. How the fuck did you go about creating those? Because I can't for the life of me do that sort of shit. I have to buy.
I can. I've got a program called After Effects, and then second yellow card put me onto a website, Video Hive.
That's what I use.
Yeah, you go on there, you buy the package, you can fiddle with it, and that's all I've done. Pissed about with it. And then I make me little things.
I've just started doing that myself on my little town sale. I've just started doing. I don't do it for the highlights, because I don't do highlights.
Well, the highlights themselves, all I do is I go through the fixtures list of the games I've played on camera. I just record the goals, and then I just piece them together in the editor, and then obviously talk about it. That's something Second Lacard used to do. He used to show you what had gone on, and that's where I took that from as well. I've ripped Second Lacard off,
if
and turned it into a scallier version.
Because obviously I bought a intro package, shall we say, for the game, so it just says like live from Kenilworth Road.
Yeah.
For example, it says Luton versus Newcastle, EFL League Cup, and it's got the date, and that's what I've got. So I bought that, and that's because of Second Yellow Card. He said, look, go on this website, you've got to pay for it, but it's worth it. And he's right. I'm glad I did.
He's right, man. He's right. I mean, Talking Balls, our chat show we've got on Scout, the intro on that, I got that from there as well. There's thousands of things on there. My new series, the one I'll have out after Booed in the Hood, I'm going to do a proper little intro video. I did one for Stockport. I made that myself.
Which was very good.
I didn't do one for the Hood, but I'll do one for this, but it's going to be a bit more jazzy. But I'll just get it from Video Hive and just change it and add my own stuff to it. Like I did with my intro to every episode, that intro, the Booed in the Hood intro, where you see the stadium and all that.
Yeah.
I'll just, same as that, mate. It's like you said, you've got to pay for it, but one was $17, so I don't know what that is in English money.
Not a lot.
No, it's worth it, man. Worth it. I mean, everyone loves that intro.
Regarding your Talking Balls series, I mean, sadly, it only lasted 3 episodes. What happened to that? I was a big fan.
It's still going to go on. It's just I had the baby.
Yeah.
The Sunday we were supposed to record.
So it's going to come back then, yeah?
Oh, yeah. 2 weeks later.
Awesome.
We're about to record, and Troy FM Live, the Aussie, his internet went down. Then the week after, last time we were supposed to record last week, I went out to wet my baby's head. I actually got up, and I'm the oldest. Dave Azzopardi went out on the piss. He was at someone's house. He promised us he was going to get up, drive home, and record it. I think he got in his car and fell asleep. So that was that. So I think I worked last weekend. I think we're going to try again next Sunday. So it is coming back. It's just been a series of events that stopped it, but we want to keep that going and then definitely just keep it going because it's just a way of having a chat about like this, having a chat with guys, maybe get a few different people on as it went along. We try to highlight smaller guys. So, I mean, people like you as well. I mean, every week when we did it, or every 2 weeks, we wanted to keep highlighting someone, give them a shout out. Like we think we did Route 1 FM, we did Kangar, and we had plans to get through everyone. It's just, yeah, it's just been one of them.
Well, that's why I was a big fan of this series. A, because you talked to FM, and B, you were happy to shout out the smaller guys and give them a little left leg up. You know, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Route 1 FM. You know, he's had to take.
What's happened to him?
He's had to take a step back for family reasons. He's had to take a step back from Football Manager and YouTube. You know, so it's a shame because I actually interviewed him
so well. He was doing all his stuff every day.
Spartak Moscow save. He was great.
Very good. I mean, he used to watch me, and we had a chat. And he was the nicest guy, and he was going to do a video for us. We did a shout out on Talking Balls, and then he just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Because obviously, I actually interviewed him for the show. You know, right. When I haven't put the show out. He's my second guest, but because he quit YouTube, I didn't put it out, which sounds really, really bad. But I've got the show sitting there, and it is a fucking awesome show. There's a bit in there where I'm literally crying, and it's on camera because we did face, and there's a literally bit where I'm crying with laughter because he's so fucking funny.
So
he really
is he coming back?
I don't know. Well, I messaged him a couple of weeks back. Said, "All right, mate, what's going on? I haven't seen you on YouTube for." I said, "Oh, you know, family stuff." But I've had to take a step back. Obviously, I didn't want to dive into it too much and be a bit of a nosy bastard.
Yeah, it's a shame because he was building that momentum, and you could probably tell he was going to do really well because his content was really good. So it's a shame, mate.
I openly said, you know, on the show and previously to guests I've spoken to that I thought he was going to be the next big thing. And I don't mean 20,000 subscribers, but I mean much like yourself, getting to that 1,000 plus subscribers because his content was that good. Yeah,
Have you seen his first stuff though? He's a typical example of learning. His first stuff was crap. Have you seen it? It's rubbish. He'll admit that though. He admitted it to me, and I think he contemplated deleting it. And I was like, "Don't delete it. Leave it on because it shows how much you've improved."
But you look at Loki Doki's early stuff. His Loki Doki's first save, and he admitted he sounds suicidal.
I know, but then do you remember Bolton last year where he just used to press record, no camera, and just chat shit?
Yeah.
I love that. I know he's got all fancy. He's got his fancy cameras and all that, and he makes props and all that stuff, right? But and he's done really well for me, hasn't he? But I still kind of miss it when he just used to press record, just chat shit for half an hour.
I've tried that and I can't. I've tried doing that because he doesn't do a lot of editing, and I've tried to just sit there.
He never used to do any editing. Now he does a bit, doesn't he? A little bit.
I can't sit there for 30 minutes just fucking waffling on. I really can't. I've tried it before.
He'd be telling you about, I've just been down to the supermarket, bought a cabbage. Who gives a shit? But he'd make it interesting, wouldn't he?
He does.
He'd make it interesting, doesn't he?
Yeah,
no, I love that lad. I mean, I won when I was just a viewer, he did a competition on his show and I applied and I won it. And that's how I originally got talking to him. He bought my wife a game and I took the piss out of him, called him a bin dipper, and because he's a Liverpool fan, and we just had a laugh, and I got to know him. And then as I came into the community, he's just always been there for me. It's like bounce ideas off him. I've told Loki about my new series. He knows all about it, but I know I can tell him because I had an idea a while back, and he just went, "Dude, that's shit." So I know he'll be honest with me. That's what you need. But he loves my new idea, so I've got the Loki seal of approval on my new series. So I'm happy. Loki
and Wolfie were both very complimentary of you. You'll hear it in the episodes, but they both were. And as I said in the intro, you made it thinking beyond one of the most respected guys in the FM community. You know, a lot of people have a lot of respect for you. You know, you're honest, which is good. You know, you're not a dick. Do you know what I mean?
Some people hate me though. I think some people have never given me the time of day. You're the next Parkinson. I've said this. You're the Parkinson of the FM community. You're good at this. I think you're good at it. You keep it going. Keep it going. You know what I mean?
I mean, like Wolfie was very complimentary. Loki Doki was, but I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I really am. There we go, boys and girls. Another episode of Ben Meets over and done with. A truly informative conversation with Boone FM. With really, really good chat. So thank you very much, dude.
No worries. I loved it. Cheers.
And normally I'd sit here and say, do you want to promote your save? Do you want to promote your channel? But let's be honest, everyone subscribes to me, pretty much subscribes to you already. But for the one for the one or two that don't, do you want to tell us a little bit about your Twitter handle and whatnot, and also about your save?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, booed bottom dash FM. My save at the minute is one I've had throughout the entirety of FM17, and it's booed in the hood. Basically, I'm the manager of Huddersfield. We're the European champions. We're going for our first title. Great series. I love it. Check it out.
Again, thank you for coming on. It's been really, really great. But without any further ado, I want to say goodbye, everyone. And don't forget, before you go, Dioch.